Greetings, especially to all our Friends of Urbanos forum members. Today I'm going to review one of the 2017 Christmas Sampler cigars. The Christmas Sampler cigars are a group of cigars that our generous host El Presidente puts up annually, and they're very popular with our members. And I know last year's sample series had some quality cigars that I really enjoyed. I know that you did too. And this one's this year's sampler series also has some great cigars, which I'm really looking forward to reviewing. Now I got to acknowledge my dear friend Jason, who's been telling me for a long time, put up some video reviews, and finally I thought I'm going to do that with this Christmas sample series. Now, the first cigar that I've decided to review from this sampler is a Montecristo Petit. Now, you may be wondering why I've done that. There's no real great reason why, but just like last year's sample series, I decided that I'm going to start off with the fuller bodied or the fuller flavoured cigars, and Montecristo Petit is definitely out of the 12 fits within that category. Now I've gone ahead and lit it and smoked it for a little bit. And the one main thing that I'm going to be looking at with all 12 cigars is why a cigar enthusiast would reach for these cigars. So in the case of this Montecristo Petit, and I can tell you it's a big seller, it's a high seller, not only Friends of Urbanos but worldwide. The reason I think that you'd be reaching for this particular cigar is because you like a stronger flavoured cigar. This is very true. Even before I lit this, I could tell that it was going to be strong. Certainly had strong cocoa, cold draw to it, and tobacco. Very different to a lot of other Cuban cigars that I tend to have in my humidor, which are a little bit older, and I would classify as more refined on the cold draw, and even when you smoke them. This Petit Edmundo is about 1 year old. It's an SGA DIC 16 cigar, and its size, its vitola, is a Petit Robusto. Now, just a little bit of information I can share with you about the Petit Robusto. Having done some research on it this morning, I thought that this was the first one in regards to a regular production, but I was wrong. The Hoyo de Monterrey Petit Robusto, which is a 50 ring gauge by 102 millimeters, was released in 2004. This came 2 years later in 2006. About a year later, the Magicos in the Maduro 5 line came out, and that's 52 ring gauge by 115. And since then, there's been a few more releases. The Romeo and Julieta Petit Churchill, even the what we would classify as cheap and cheerful markers, the Quinteros Favoritos, and the how do I say the Vaqueros Entretiempedidos, I think. I'll have to check on that. Check on proper saying. They've also come out with some Petit Robustos, and just this year, Habanos SA has released a Cahiva Medio Siglo, and a Quai d'Orsay 50 in the Petit Robusto size. And I think may have some life yet. I may have to relight this soon. And I think the one thing they all tend to share in the size is that they tend to be more stronger in their markers. Now, I guess I need to be forthcoming and admit my bias in regards to the Montecristo Vitola. Montecristo, or the Montecristo marker, I should say. Montecristo is my second favourite marker out of the 27 Cuban markers. I really like Montecristo. In fact, Montecristo is one of those markers that I actually have never met anyone that said they don't like Montecristo. When they come up on Friends with Banos daily sales, they invariably sell out. Especially Vitolas such as Especiales number 2. Lately, Montecristo number 4s, which haven't been around in quality like in the past. And historically, Montecristo number 4 has been a very high seller for Banos SA worldwide. How would you compare this Montecristo Petit Edmundo to the Montecristo number 4 or number 2, another high seller? I would generally say that those two Vitolas are milder, tend to be milder, and when I have Montecristo, I tend to have a little bit older than this 1-year-old Petit Edmundo. I tend to like them about 3 years old, and the one thing I like in the Montecristo marker range is the cocoa and the nut, the combination, and when they're a bit older, you get slightly cream texture to it. I really like that. I can't say that that's something that I would get out of a youthful Montecristo Petit Edmundo. But hey, if that's okay. If that's not the reason why I would personally smoke a Petit Edmundo, since I'm looking for other things in the Montecristo range. But it may be the reason why you would. And many of you do. Many of you do like a stronger Montecristo, and the Petit Edmundo would be perfect for you to smoke. And it's a good 45-minute, 50-minute cigar, 55 minutes, just around that. Let me take a few more draws out of this, see if there's some like it. I think we're out, so I'll just ash that and relight. And as I relight it, I can say in smoking this today, I thought it was just going to be what I'd describe as a powerhouse all throughout, but it has surprised me. Very strong notes of cocoa, a little bit of nut, definitely no cream in it at all, but it has got a little bit milder as I've smoked through it. I tend to have espresso coffee with my cigars, and when I first was puffing through it, the first third, I was reaching for my coffee just to wash out the viscous smoke on my palate. But it is a stronger cigar, and it's definitely not something that I would be inclined to retrohale through the nose because of its strength. Only about other cigars that I would in the Cuban range that I would smoke. I would retrohale. But anyway. Even though I wouldn't reach for this young, I have smoked aged Montecristo Petit Edmundos, and I've quite enjoyed them when they're aged. You get a milder cocoa definitely more nut out of it. It's something I really like. But Montecristo Petit has only been around for 10 years, and want to be a cigar that enthusiasts would age, um, and that's fine. The great majority of you like it younger and stronger, so I think that's the reason why you would smoke this cigar. So I'm going to leave this now, and I look forward to the next review that I'm going to do, which will be in the Christmas sample series, which will be the One Low Pairs number 2. I look forward to reviewing that. Until next time, happy smoking.